This is Josh with Silver Arrow Service. Today we are doing a lube oil and filter service on a Lamborghini Murcielago. Clear.
So what's going on here, Jeff? What are we looking for?
Just basically going through, having a look at everything, making sure there's no major leaks, no major issues going on before we go ahead and pull the drain plug and filter to start the service. You know, just so we don't get this thing stuck on a lift if there is a major issue and we need a pile of parts, you know?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and pull the oil filter off of this thing. I have my special pliers because it's gonna be hot and I'm a little sensitive, but it's real simple. You know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Comes right off. And just let that drain. All right, looks like our filter's done draining, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish unscrewing that. You can see it was pretty much ready to go. And then I'm gonna move to draining the oil. What you're gonna need for that is a 12 point, this is a 10 millimeter 12 point available from Snap-on or Craftsman. And you can see we have two drain points, one in the rear or front of the oil pan and one on the other side here. Again, these are just normal thread, not tightened very much. Not a lot of oil is going to come out of here. Should be about 2 quarts just in the bottom of the pan because this is a dry sump system. Maybe 3 quarts. All right, the rear plug's draining. We're going to go ahead and undo this front plug right here. That one was a little tighter. And that's pretty normal drainage out of here, about half a quart. Most of it went to the back sump here. All right, we're getting ready to put the filter back on. I like to just have a look at the mating surface, make sure everything looks good there. You can wipe off some of the excess oil. You want some there because that's what's going to lubricate the new O-ring going on. This is your sealing surface for that O-ring. Just take a little bit of oil on your finger, coat the ring. Need a little more. This will just prevent any tearing or binding when you go in with it. This is our UFI filter, factory approved. Tightening this to about till it contacts, and then I try to go another turn. Works out to be about 10 to 12, I think it says Newton meters right here. And that's all set. You can spray that down to your liking or just wipe it with a rag. Yep, looks like the oil's done draining out of the pan here. We're gonna go ahead, we clean these up Normally you replace these crush washers. If you torque them to spec, you can reuse them, save yourself a little bit of money, and it really, in my career, I've never had an issue with doing that. I only do it twice, and then they're done. The factory manual says nothing about a torque spec on these. It says just clean them and tighten them. We're gonna go to about 15 Newton meters, using a snap-on digital torque wrench here to 15 Newton meters. It's that same weird 12-point triple square installer. And there we go. Just clean those off and those are good to go. All right, the last step of this oil change, some people do it first, I do it last, is the actual sump itself. On the driver's side of the car, you see this little rubber plug. This one's a little deformed. You take that guy out and there's your actual sump drain right up there. Should be about 7 quarts of oil that's gonna come out of here, so be ready for that. All right, here we go. It's just a 17 millimeter. You can use any wrench or socket for that. It's torqued to about 25. And this one is regular thread. Looks like the bottom of it. Okay. Yeah, hang on. Like I said, a lot of oil. This one's getting on the lift arm, but that's some of the trouble working with one of these lifts. All right, so sort of non-traditional oil change here. This is what happened to us. Somebody had over-torqued the drain plug. Here's the typical drain plug for your sump oil tank. And this is the adapter that goes onto the bottom of it. This one was well over-torqued, so when we tried to take the plug off, the whole bottom of the tank came off. All right, so we finished draining the oil out of the sump tank. Went ahead and threaded in the drain plug. And we're just gonna torque that to 45 Newton meters is what Lamborghini wants you to do. And that should be nice and tight. You don't want to go too tight on this because you can bend the pipe that comes out of the sump tank. This is just a little welded on piece for the drain over here, and it's very fragile. All right, here we are topside again, getting ready to fill it. We did a full system drain, so once you locate your fill tank, it's right here on top of the sump. This is behind the driver's side. It's kind of tough to get out, but it will. You just gotta throw some effort behind it. And you can see the fill neck right there. So what we're gonna do is use a transmission funnel or any soft long spout funnel and stick it in there. I try to insert at least a little bit of the funnel so that nothing gets past it and so it doesn't flip out, because these will have a tendency to try and come back out of there. And we're gonna start, we're using Liqui-Moly 5W40. It's the Lamborghini recommended weight. I like the Liqui-Moly because the zinc additives sort of helps the bearings out and keeps them alive a little bit longer. We'll start with putting one whole jug of this, that's 5 liters. Then we're gonna throw in an additional 2, start the car, let it prime the system, fill the system, shut it back down, and we'll make sure there's no leaks. Then we'll start it up and finish filling the system. Cool, so we finished filling this with 7 liters. That's gonna be our startup fill. I did put the dipstick back in just so we can start this thing up. We'll put it up in the air, make sure there's no leaks underneath it. By that time, it should be warmed up enough that we can start checking the level and see how much more we need to add to get this thing to its full spec. Lamborghini says it should be about 12.5 with an oil filter change. That's 12.5 liters, not quarts. So we're gonna get that process started right now.
Okay. Yeah, come on.
We're all set with the oil change. Lamborghini wants you to check it with the engine off. After it coming up to temperature, we run it for about 5 minutes. Then you come to the back, pull the dipstick within 30 seconds of shutting the car down, and that'll give you your final level for that sump tank.
So thank you for taking time to watch our instructional video on how to do an oil change on a 2008 Lamborghini Murcielago. We are Jeff and Josh at Silver Arrow Service, conveniently located in Londonderry, New Hampshire. If you want to come down, check out the shop, or have your car serviced, feel free to check out our website, silverarrowservice.com, or give us a call, 603-566-2075. Thank you.